Dudes Behind the Foods listeners, as the weather warms up and flowers start to bloom, it's the perfect time to take a fresh look at your financial planning. That's where Fabric Life Insurance comes in. Fabric was designed by parents for parents to help you get a high quality, surprisingly affordable term life insurance policy. In less than 10 minutes, you could be offered coverage instantly with no health exam required. Protect your family today with Fabric by Gerber Life. Apply today in just 10 minutes at meetfabric.com/dudes. That's meetfabric.com/dudes. MEET. Fabric.com/dudes. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Insurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions. Dudes Behind the Foods listeners, this podcast is brought to you by Factor. What is Factor, my friends? America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit that can help you fuel up fast with ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. Get on it. The food is delicious. I just pop that schnizzle out in the microwave, heats it up, and it is freaking good. And I'm talking about not just convenient. I'm saying muy delicioso. That's Spanish for fantastic. I speak Spanish very fluently. Head to factormeals.com/dudes50 and use code dudes50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code dudes50 at factormeals.com/dudes50 to get 50% off your first box.
Dudes behind the foods. Yo, it's the dudes behind the foods. Dudes behind the foods. Yeah, it's the dudes behind the foods.
That's actually really fucking good.
Oh, I have a present for you.
A présent?
Yeah, I left it in the car, but it is I brought you a like collectible Sound of Music DVD collection Blu-ray thing.
That is so random. And why?
I think my mom bought it for me years ago, thinking I was a huge Sound of Music fan. I think I got it for Christmas or some shit, and it was like we're cleaning out our DVDs, and we saw this like this still sealed Sound of Music collector's edition shit, and I was like, oh, David loves the Sound of Music.
I actually do. The hills are alive with the sound of music.
So I was like, I'm gonna bring it to him.
By the way, that girl bad as fuck, man. She's so pretty.
We talked about this already.
I know. I'm just saying.
We made a bunch of inappropriate Julie Andrews jokes, and then hopefully she doesn't die as a result.
Oh, please. I pray. This fool keeps killing people.
No!
He talked about Jamie Foxx. He ended up in the hospital.
No, I talked about Jamie Foxx when he was in the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Lord, please don't take Jamie Foxx.
He's too talented.
No. Jamie Foxx is going to live forever.
I read this tweet. Somebody said, not Jamie Foxx, take Kevin Hart.
Oh, my God.
That's so unnecessary.
I wonder, like, here's the thing. I always tell people, look, when I die, there's no such thing as too soon. I want you to make jokes immediately, but they better be funny. Not no typical bullshit, all right? If you're gonna roast me when I'm dead, you better have good jokes, okay?
Oh, yes, please.
Like, be clever with it, please.
How would you want to die?
How would I want to die? I would like to live a very long life. Although I feel like the perks of dying young is that, you know, people hold you on more of like legend status. You feel me?
Oh, if you do great things and then a car crash.
Yeah. Then it's like, oh, too soon. Let's put them on a t-shirt and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I would very much like to live a long, successful life where I can watch my kids grow old, watch my kids have kids, you know? In terms of how I would actually just want to die, you saying if I died, like, suddenly?
Yeah.
I would want to... I wouldn't want to, like, freeze, because I heard that's really painful.
No, you would sleep.
Do you?
When people who have died in, like, being locked up in, like, kitchen, like, freezers or something.
Yeah.
Like, hypothermia, I heard, like, you just start to go to sleep.
But I also heard that, like... You feel like, you know, as your organs and shit start to freeze, it can be very, like, uncomfortable.
Well, never mind then. I take that back.
Well, I don't know, though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, okay, here's what I would want. I would want to fall off a really, really, really tall building, so I feel like I was flying for a little bit, and then just splat, no pain, and that's how I would die, right?
This is the most positive man I've ever met in my life. I never thought that death by falling off is like, dude, I'm flying.
Or like skydiving accident. Ooh, like I'm flying, I'm enjoying myself.
Did you see that video clip of people skydiving, right?
No.
They're about to skydive and you see the GoPro or whatever of the person behind them. And as they're about to jump, another plane crashes into the other plane.
What?
And they all fly out.
Oh shit, for real?
Yes, another plane crashed into the other plane.
That's crazy.
What the fuck are the chances? What about the pilot?
Yeah, what happened to the pilot?
I don't fucking know.
He probably didn't have a parachute.
That's what I'm saying. Never ever go skydiving ever.
I've been skydiving.
Why?
It's
Me too.
oh, isn't it fun?
Robin Couch, why?
My dad used to skydive, and he got myself and my two sisters like a tandem skydiving jump for our 18th birthday.
He was trying to kill both of you because he hates you.
Honestly, probably.
Have you been again since?
I haven't, but I would like to go again. Maybe do another tandem jump.
Dude, yeah. I went once in Houston, Texas. I just got done filming a little movie out there, and to celebrate, we're like a few of the cast members were like, "Let's go skydiving," and it was actually lit because, I'll tell you the scariest part about skydiving.
It's going up, huh?
No. It's two parts for me specifically. It's signing the waiver,
Oh, the death waiver?
the death waiver.
Oh, by the way, if you die, not our fault.
That makes it so real and shakes you up a little bit, right? For me. The second scariest part for me is when you're actually your legs are hanging over the side of the plane and you're about to jump off. Then it's like, okay, there's no turning back now, right? But in it is like so fun, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to look cool on camera, but my big ass cheeks were just going crazy, but you do feel like you get that feeling of like, oh man, I'm at one with the universe. No, you're not gonna die. You're jumping with a professional.
You know why I know I won't like skydiving? When we did that ziplining thing in Vegas, that fucking ziplining thing, and then when people go through a harrowing experience, they say, "Aren't you glad that you did this because you completed it?"
Yeah.
I did not. I hated it just as much before and after. It didn't make me feel different at all.
To this day, one of the funniest Send Foods moments, I feel. I think I might even send to Robin Couch to insert into this episode because we need to see it again.
How do I tighten this? Thank you.
All right, man, you got this. You ready? Let's do this. Woo!
Oh God!
So David's not even putting on for the camera right now. This is real.
Oh, I opened my eyes.
Don't open your eyes!
Everybody that I've done wrong, I meant it. I fucking hate you. Oh, you stupid sons of bitches. I'm going to throw up. Oh, I fucking hate you. Mariel, I love you so much. Do I record it? Oh, no! Oh my God!
David's moving way faster than me because he's like fatter.
Oh!
It's the best.
I hated every second of that.
Well, yeah, but you have a fear of heights.
Yes.
So it makes sense why you wouldn't like that type of stuff.
I can't do it. I just don't want to risk my life. Like, why? What? Because if they're like, okay, well, the chances, I don't know, 0.5% that you'll die. I'm not taking that chance.
Well, there's a 0.5 chance that you'll die with anything, though.
Yeah.
And when you're skydiving during the free fall, you really don't feel like you're getting closer to the ground because the free fall is like you're so high up and you don't fall for that long that the ground doesn't look like it got that much closer until you pull the chute and you're gliding down.
You're just kind of floating, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see,
But I agree. The scariest part is when they open up the door on the airplane.
Yeah.
And I think the 20-minute plane ride up is scary too because you're just like sitting there
Literally?
like sweating.
my hands are glistening right now, and my feet are moist.
Would you ever go bungee jumping?
I will never go bungee jumping. I will never go skydiving. None of that shit. Zip lining is as far as I'll go.
Bungee jumping for me was scary until they explained the science behind the rope. I don't know if we had this conversation yet, but the one I went on is in like, there's this hike in LA that goes to this bridge. It's called the Bridge to Nowhere.
Yes.
and you can bungee jump off that bridge. And it was such a thick fucking bungee cord that goes around you, and they explain like all the science in it and all like the just different how it works. And it's like, oh, this sounds really safe. Like this thing looks very strong, and like you're gonna be okay. So I jumped a couple times, and
2 times.
yeah, it's so fun. I went once, I think tied. I jumped once backwards and once forward.
Hillary Banks, will you marry me?
So good.
No, see, I can't do it.
I just looked up what's more dangerous, skydiving or bungee jumping, and skydiving has a 5 times greater chance of dying, whereas there's 1 skydiving death per about 100K jumps, and there's 1 bungee jumping death per about 500K jumps.
So one
So
death per
skydiving
100K
is
is a
5
lot.
times more dangerous.
1 death per 100,000 is a lot.
But that's probably just human error, though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe someone grabbed the wrong backpack or some shit. You pull the cord and you're like, no, it's a homework.
Oh my God, it's an Eddie Bauer backpack.
That's all it's diapers. Go. This is the diaper bag. Damn it. But I am probably a lot less likely to go now that I have children. Ugh. Now that I have other people to live for. Ugh.
I got a wife I love.
I have a child that changed my life. Would you like some Del Taco?
Yes, as it steams in that bag.
I wanted to try this new Del Taco. I saw commercials for them having boba, pero it was not on the Postmates menu, so. But let me tell you something, dog. I think people sleep on Del Taco.
Never sleep on fast food in general, man. Fast food always has something for you.
Del Taco got that fire, dog.
Del Taco was a spot for me in high school because they have their Taco Tuesdays, and that's when we would go fucking ham.
The chicken tacos from Del Taco.
Soft taco.
That, like, I don't know if y'all have ever had the chicken soft tacos from Del Taco, but they got that chicken and they got this little, like,
Ranch
situation on it. So bomb. Me and Rick used to go to 24-Hour Fitness at the Lakewood Mall, work out, and be like,
That's already the funniest statement. It already started hilarious.
and then
Me and Rick would go to 24-Hour Fitness, and then afterwards we go to Del Taco.
and afterward we'd be like, Del Taco tacos? Let's get it.
Yo, you are the worst friend ever, dude. Because as you guys are going to the gym at Del Taco, whatever, whatnot, you're staying the same, but Rick is gaining weight. You're one of those friends.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's kind of healthy. It's not that
It
bad.
is not healthy.
Yeah, the chicken is.
Your fucking 6-year-old response. I haven't heard that in ages, dog.
Yeah. The chicken is grilled. It's fresh veggies in there. It's not that much tortilla. So, molded.
Ranch, cheddar cheese. Oh, man.
Man.
Yo, I haven't had one of these in ages, dude.
Yeah, oh man, I'm gonna peel this cheese off. Dog, you know how I say, like, I don't eat cheese because it makes me break out? I was eating a lot of cheese past couple weeks. That fucking creme fraiche with the fried chicken, and like, we found this delicious frozen mac and cheese that we've been buying for Veda, and sometimes she doesn't finish it, so I will finish it because it's so good. Your boy broke out, dog. Like crazy. Forehead, chin, fucking nose. It was looking kind of rusted, crusty, dog. Like, I got a little bit of concealer on right now, so it's not too obvious, but this shit was not good.
Oh.
Does this take you back or what?
Give me that Del Taco sauce, man.
Oh, yeah, my guy. Would you like mild or inferno?
Inferno, please.
Oh, well, all we have is mild.
Mild, please.
Oh, wait. Oh, Del Scorcho, I mean.
Del Scorcho.
Oh, okay, so Del Taco got you feeling brave.
Well, their Del Scorcho is just regular spice.
Right. Del Scorcho for El Gringos.
Del Scorcho for El Gordo.
What was your fucking drunk food go-to, dog, in your drunken college days?
Well, in Sacramento, it was this place called Original Perry's. It was a trucker diner. and open 24/7. Closed down now because of pandemic. Fucking pandemic. Breaded pork loin dinner with the biscuit on the side with country gravy and eggs. And 2 over easy eggs fucking was my, and hash browns. My shit.
Dog, that sounds amazing. I literally just, I was in Portland, Oregon for a college show recently, and I was looking up their like go-to spots, and I went to a spot. I'm gonna look it up right now because I also had a chicken fried pork chop. It's called Grits and Gravy in Portland, and oh man, this chicken fried pork chop and eggs and grits was like, oh, so bomb.
Really?
Yeah.
Dog. I love anything chicken fried, country fried with fucking white gravy. That's like if I ever go to a breakfast spot, like a classic breakfast spot, there's only 3 things that I order. It's country fried steak and eggs, or like a chicken fried like pork or whatever, and eggs with the country gravy and whatever. Corned beef hash is the other one. And then, and waffles. Those are the 3 things. If they do those 3 things well, you have me for life.
I'm a hashy boy as well. I like a good hash.
Yeah, well, usually that comes with the plate, the hash browns and stuff. So I fucking love chicken fried steak. It's like one of those like American foods that I had growing up that was like American to me. You know what I mean? And when I first started making like breakfast American foods, that's the first thing I made was a country fried,
Really?
like the country gravy with like bacon bits, sausage, use the fat and whatever, put milk in that shit and flour, so good.
Yeah, bro. If we gonna talk about American food, my auntie, my white auntie, my Aunt Jean, used to take me to Cracker Barrel. If we gonna talk about some white people shit, she used to take me to Cracker Barrel. Maybe that's just a Southern person thing. I don't know. But I always used to get some like biscuits and gravy from Cracker Barrel, or I also used to love that from what's that restaurant? Claim Jumpers. It's not a whole lot of those. But Claim Jumpers used to be my shit when I was like just in the mood for some American food. You know what I'm saying?
Like American diner food is so interesting. Like when you guys go to other countries and then you come back here, you start to realize how big our portions are. And California, comparatively to like southern states, they look at our portions and they go, that's it? Like, this is all you have? I'm like, wait, how big are your portions? And then we'll go to North Carolina, South Carolina, and I see what's up. I'm like, this is the portions you're talking about.
Bruh, even Chia, coming from Canada, she's shocked at the portions.
Canada too?
She's shocked. She's like, she'll order some fries, or, I mean, of course, she's been here for like, 5 years officially now, but when she would be traveling back and forth when we were long distance, she would order some fries or a drink and be like, I can't believe this is your small. She's like, this is our large in Canada.
That's what I'm saying. Like, our portions are fucked. Like, we don't know what full is. You know what I mean? We just know what excess is. But I think that's why people also love America, though. Because, like, when you come from, like, a third world country and you come here and you see, like, the amount of food you get for the amount of money blows their fucking mind. There was this video clip I saw of a dude who came from Cuba, right? And he came here. Obviously, like, you're in a communist country or whatever. I guess from what I seen, like, meat is hell expensive out there, and American goods, right? Okay. So like Pop-Tarts and cereal or whatever. They took him to a Walmart and they showed him how much like meat cost. And he started crying. Like,
really?
Bawling. Because he's like, dude, like, I would never be able to afford this in Cuba. Like, these Pop-Tarts are like fucking like $30 a box or something. What? Like a ridiculous number.
Don't quote him. Yeah,
don't quote me. But it was something like that. Like, you could look it up on YouTube. The dude was like bawling. Because he's like, this is like, I'm in the land of, like, the promised land.
He wasn't balling, but he was balling.
Yes, he was balling.
He was balling.
Balling. We fly high.
We cry high.
No lie, I'm starving. Balling.
We'll be right back. Look, as a parent, my top priority is always my children's well-being, all right? You want to give them everything they need to grow and thrive both now and in the future. With term life insurance from Fabric by Gerber Life, help protect your family so their future is secure no matter what happens. Fabric was designed by parents for parents to help you get a high-quality, surprisingly affordable term life insurance policy in less than 10 minutes. It takes less than 10 minutes to apply, see your quote, and then personalize your quote to fit your family's needs. You could be offered coverage instantly with no health exam required. Now look, this is important, man. You never know. Yeah, I might be healthy, but one day I might be walking around the mall and some crazy man high on PCP decides to stab me in the neck and take my Build-A-Bear, and then I'm left bleeding on the ground next to a hot dog on a stick, and now my 2 babies got nothing to do because Chia doesn't have a job. So that's why we need insurance, okay? Protect your family today with Fabric by Gerber Life. Apply today in just 10 minutes at meetfabric.com/dudes. That's meetfabric.com/dudes. MEET fabric.com/dudes. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions. That, what you just told me, just reminded me of, are you familiar with Lance Crawl?
Lance Kroll, the fucking
Prank calls and
yeah.
he has this he used to have a show and he had this bit he did where he pretends to be an old Vietnamese aspiring stand-up comedian, okay?
That's fucking hilarious.
And so he has this old YouTube video that me and the homies used to watch all the time where he goes to a real comedy club, open mic night, and he goes up there pretending to be this old Asian man. And he tells this story, and this is just part of the bit, but it's so fucking fun. I used to watch it over and over and over again. He's talking about, you know, in America, he's like, you know, so many options out in America, you know, when you go to the grocery store, so many cereal, so many juice, and you know, my daughter, she don't eat, you know, I say, why are you such a bad daughter? And then
Everybody's quiet.
and everyone's quiet as fuck, right? Everyone's like, this is so awkward, and he's filming all the awkwardness. It's great. They're like, it's like, you just hear that, right? And then he goes, oh no, she's not a bad daughter. Turns out she no eat because she have AIDS. And then he goes, no, she don't have AIDS, but she's a bad daughter.
Do you have any idea how good of like an improv in person, like to not laugh as you're doing that is so hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because of Borat, like I think it was because of it was because of Borat. In my early years of YouTube, you'll see these old videos of me just trying to do this. I couldn't do it because I couldn't stop laughing. It was too hard because it was so ridiculous because I'm in character, but I'm watching how uncomfortable these people are and it's making me laugh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. Like, I'm not professional enough for this shit.
I also have a hard time not laughing at myself. Like, I filmed something the other day and I realized, you know, and I try to stick to the bit. I try to like stay in it and not laugh. Because even though I know sometimes, like, you know, when you laugh at yourself, it does make other people laugh too. But I was filming some shit. Oh, dog, I gotta show you afterwards. I was filming some shit with, like, LeBron has this lifestyle brand called Spring Hill. And I was filming some shit with them. And I was like, I was supposed to taste Thai food blindfolded and see if I could, you know, pick out what kind of Thai food it was. But I say all that to say, you know, it was a really small crew, like 2 or 3 girls, like just filming on their iPhones and like it was a light and little shit. It's just for like reels or whatever, right? And I know I'm fucking killing this shit. I'm cracking them up, right? But I'm like, I'm trying to keep it together, but I'm also just cracking up at myself. I'm like, God, I hate laughing at myself. I feel like such a douche, you know? I'm like, oh yes, I'm hilarious, I know, you know? But God, when you're this funny, you feel me. You understand, David. So you understand when you're this funny and this attractive, and you know that all the bodies in the room are just wet with laughter.
I'll tell you this. Do you remember the first time you realized that you were a kind of funny person?
Yes.
When was it?
I was 3 years old. 4 years old.
That is very early.
I was 4 years old ish, and I used to love watching Tiny Toon Adventures. And on Tiny Toons, they had some episode where it was a George Bush cartoon, and he kept saying "read my lips" because I guess that was like a famous George Bush quote, right? "Read my lips, no new taxes." But I would imitate just the cartoon, and then my little 4-year-old self I remember specifically being at some restaurant with my parents, and I would go up to random tables of people eating, and I would do that impression of George Bush. Imagine a little fucking 5-year-old Asian kid coming up to you doing an impression of George Bush, and I remember people laughing and just going to different tables and doing that.
Wow, what the fuck? Mine was when I got in trouble for this, and my parents had to come to the school to beat my ass at home, but it was worth it because I made people laugh. But it was such a dumb kid joke, right? Like I'm like 7 years old or something, and it was in class. I forgot which grade it was exactly, but we were doing a exercise where you have to visualize things, right?
Okay.
And she kept on saying like, just picture, like I wouldn't do it. And they're like, just picture it in your mind. I was like, how? I don't have a camera in my head. And the whole class busted up laughing. And dude, I felt amazing. I was like, wow, is this what it feels like to feel cool?
That makes me laugh.
How? I don't have a camera in my head.
Dude, see, I love shit like that.
It's just so, and it was so empowering.
There was this, it was recently in this video of me and Chia just telling our birth story. There's this one part where she's talking about how she hasn't washed her hair in like 11 days or some shit like that. And her phrasing is like, yeah, my hair's like 11 days old right now. And I'm like, I think you've had your hair longer than that. And she doesn't get what I'm doing at first. She's like, "Well, I haven't washed it. My hair's 11 days old. I haven't washed it in 11 days." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I've known you for longer than that. I think you've had your hair the whole time." But I'm cracking myself up.
She's so annoying. This is so dumb. I hate it.
Bless her for dealing with me for so long.
Hey, shout outs to the people in your IG comments that were fucking trashing you for posting that video of Chia.
Dude.
I texted this fool. I've never been annoyed for somebody else's comments, right?
Yeah.
Because of how much projection and how ridiculous the criticism was.
Yeah.
Like it was so dumb and ridiculous to the point where you guys literally did a video together.
Yeah.
Posted it where she was talking about her experience. What in the God fucking name was going on?
I was really confused, man. Like normally when I post something that I think like, oh, this joke is kind of edgy, like I get it. When there's backlash,
Wasn't even edgy at all.
I literally didn't even make a joke. So for those of y'all who don't know what we're talking about, you should follow us both on Instagram already. If you don't, like, what's wrong with you? But I, so me and Chia put out our like birth story retelling of our whole experience, which for her was extra crazy because she wanted to get she wanted to get an epidural. It happened way too fast, so she had to do like an unmedicated natural birth, right? So I had this picture of her right after Quest is born, and he's on her chest, and she just has this look on her eyes like, oh shit, I can't believe that just happened. Her eyes are like wide open, almost like she's fucking like just went through like a traumatic experience, which she kind of did, right? So I'm like, babe, look at this picture. It's perfect for like to represent how you felt in that moment. She's like, oh yeah. She's like, maybe you should even make that the thumbnail of the video, right? I already made a thumbnail, but I'm like, oh, maybe. So I posted this to be like, and I posted that picture, and the comment, my caption was, that face you make when you thought you were gonna get an epidural, but then had to give birth naturally because there was no time. That's not a joke. That's literally
what happened.
That's literally what happened. And then, yeah, there were like comments of like, oh, damn, wow, Chia's a warrior. But within the first 5 minutes, there was shit like, Tim, come on, man. And like face palm emojis, or like, damn, why would you do her like that? Or LOL, Tim, that's not funny. I'm like, what's not funny? What are you talking? I'm not trying to be funny. What are you talking about? People are like, this isn't anything to joke about. I'm like, who's making jokes?
That's literally what happened.
I'm like, what are you even saying? Like, what are you talking about, right? And it was another person talking about projection, somebody who was like, I just would think that you would portray your wife in a better light. I'm like, what do you mean? This is like her at her most wife right now. This is like personified wifey shit.
I think that was the most obnoxious comment, right, from that girl. It's like, first of all, you stupid bitch. Like, you are the problem as to why women always have to feel they have to look their best 24/7. Like, that is a real human experience. Like I'm not trying to. Girls got to deal with so much shit about like having to look their fucking best, or people are gonna make a weird comment. It's childbirth. This is why I don't know shit about childbirth, because nobody talks about the fucking travesty
Exactly.
that childbirth is. Like, talking to Chia put a lot of things into perspective for me. I'm like, dude, this shit is fucking nuts.
And for the people that like haven't watched our like pregnancy birth content, one of the main reasons, because mind you, Chia is a very private person, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been able to kind of like slowly drag her into the light a little bit, but she hates a lot of the social media shit, right? But she was always down to share, almost overshare pregnancy content, because she felt like
People need to know this shit.
and no one ever talks about the gross, painful, not pretty part of the pregnancy, right? So Chia would go in and talk about like, you know, different like fluids and like the shit that comes out and the pain and like all the things she would go through. So when we had this experience, you know, we wanted to share the whole experience. Like, yo, this was fucked up. She even says in our video, she's like, if she wasn't surrounded by such like a good team of loving like people that she trusted, it would have been like a traumatic experience for her. You feel me? And so we wanted to really capture that and share that, because a lot of the comments are like, wow, I had no idea.
We don't.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have kids, you just literally don't, right?
Yeah.
And so when I read a comment from that young lady, it's like, oh, you're the one that wants to post a picture of everything was so beautiful. This was the most precious day of my life. When every woman that I've talked to that's close to me, they talk like, dude, this was fucking hard.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, me as a guy, I never knew how difficult it was. Yeah, I know they're giving birth through their vagina, right?
Yeah.
I know it's tough, but you don't really fucking know until you talk to your like really close girlfriends and they give you the nitty gritty shit. They're like, dude, it was, like, I love my kid. Like, after it was done, I was so happy to see my child. But prior to that shit, it was one of the most toughest things that I've ever been through.
Yeah.
And people, when they talk about how tough pregnancy is, they just go, it was hard. They don't actually tell you what is happening.
Yeah.
What you have to do, right when you get into the hospital. And for somebody who has anxiety, I need that. I need to, tell me everything.
Man, yeah, it was like Chia's like screams. You know, I had seen shit like that in the movies.
Yes.
And I thought it was an exaggeration until I was in there.
It's real.
And I was like, wow, this really goes down. Let me tell you about another annoying fucking comment in that comment section. There's one woman who was like, oh, she screamed. Oh no, because I posted, there was like a little, did I post a clip? No, there was something about screaming, right? And this woman commented, LOL, she screamed? Wow, seems like a bit much. Dude. And people were on her ass about that. People were like, what? Who are you? What are you talking? What? She's like, I'm just saying I had 2 children. I didn't feel the need to scream. Like, it just seems like you're doing too much. And it was so many just people like going in on her, but she was like, she was defending it. She was like, what are you talking about? She's like, if you scream, fine, but I just think it's a little extra. Like, I don't think it's necessary.
I want to punch her in the teeth.
Dude.
Oh, you screaming, it's a little much.
Like, if you didn't scream, good for you.
Yeah.
But like, what the fuck? How does that not make sense? How does that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. And one of my girlfriends told me this too, because I sent her your thing. And then she says, like, do you understand why girls say, like, girls are always the first one to drag each other down? They're like crabs in a fucking bucket. Like, they're crabs in a barrel. They just fucking, they always complain about, like, men do this and that. But girls are so mean sometimes. Like,
I think you're using that expression wrong.
Buckets, crabs in a bucket, they just drag each other down.
I thought the expression was, it's like shooting crabs in a barrel because that's easy.
No. Crabs in a bucket because they fucking, like, drag each other.
Oh, okay.
Right, Robin?
Googling now.
Yeah.
Thank
it's like
you.
crabs in a bucket or something like that. But they because if you've seen crabs, but they drag each other down and shit.
Oh,
like
they
that.
do though.
Yeah.
They do.
But it's like that concept.
Sorry to interrupt.
It's like that concept,
Yeah,
though, right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, yo, man, like, if you're a woman who went through a pregnancy and you know what it's like to give birth, like the first thing for you to do is tell somebody like, okay, you're fucking chill. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, man, like
You being a little extra.
a little extra. That was a little
Like
unnecessary.
what the fuck? Like
you know what I'm saying?
If you didn't scream, good for you. What makes you think you're? Why would you think your experience is like like anyone else's? You know what I'm
When I
saying?
heard her scream, dog, that shit fucking shook me for life. I made that lasagna so fast.
The crabs in a bucket saying it's the crab mentality, also known as the crab theory. Like,
Oh, okay. So you were right.
it's a way of thinking best described by the phrase, if I can't have it, neither can you.
Oh, okay. So you were right.
Yeah.
I apologize for interrupting.
But I think shooting crabs in a bucket is like another thing.
It's another thing.
It's easy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm deeply sorry for interrupting your flow.
No, I hate it. And I don't forgive you at all.
Ah, man.
It was such a weird thing to see that, like, I was genuinely confused.
Me too. Like
I
legit.
was so fucking confused.
Because there was a lot of comments just from women too that
Yeah.
were like, Tim, why would you do this? I'm like,
Yeah, she doesn't look beautiful enough. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's why you always feel like you have to put makeup on
Yeah.
every post. You have to go outside done up 24/7. Like, that's the stuff you're complaining about. You are doing it. You're doing it.
That's why, I did the follow-up post just to drill in my point of like us like smiling and holding the baby afterwards. I'm like, okay, this is what y'all are used to, right? The after all the drama, after all the pain, here's your cute social media picture.
Also, there's a whole ass video of her in it talking about the whole experience.
Yes, why for 1 second? I mean, people that have followed me for a long time know this already, but I would never post Chia without Chia's approval.
100%.
Especially in like a position like that. You know what I'm saying? Like any vlog footage of Chia that gets shown, she has watched the vlog. Any picture of her, she approves how she looks first. You know what I'm saying? Any content I do with another woman, I've gotten Chia's approval.
Yeah.
So why do you think yes, I'm gonna shame my wife with this unflattering, beautiful picture of her, you know?
Yeah.
Silly, man.
But like my what I wonder about that too is like for the people who wrote those comments, it's so when you have a childbirth, what the fuck do you think you're gonna look like? What do you think you're gonna look like? Or what did you think you did look like?
They're just saying they wouldn't let their husband post such ugly pictures.
It's not even ugly. It's just is what it is. It's not ugly.
It's real.
It's real.
That's
It is
the thing about it is that's why we post that content. We try to keep it as real and as raw as possible, and just people couldn't handle it, man.
I enjoy it very much. Like I said, it helps with my anxiety a lot because I need to know.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something. When Meryl gets pregnant, the doctor or whoever's going to help is going to hate me because I'm going to ask so many questions. It's
No
like,
good.
Like, where do I go exactly? How many paces? How many steps to which room to where? Where do I fucking go? What is the process?
No, that's good, man. There was it's funny because now, and we talk about this in the video too. When I walked in to where Chia was waiting to get checked, because as a pregnant woman who might be going into labor, when you get to the hospital and you say, hey, I'm about to have a baby, they don't put you in the room right away. They say, okay, you have to wait in the triage room. And then someone has to check to make sure you're actually dilating because they have a lot of women, I guess, with like that are false going into labor, all right? So Chia's like over there fucking going full out, I'm about to have this fucking baby. And they're like, okay, just 1 second, ma'am. You're right. So finally she gets into this room and
They go, oh shit!
no, not even yet. So someone's checking her, and so now I finally, maybe this is like 40 minutes later, I get to the room with her, and she's kind of freaking out. She's like, what just happened? What just happened? And the nurse sits in there. She's like, oh, no, it's fine. We just had a little shram, just a little shram. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck is that? What is that? She's like, well, what happened? It's just a shram. It's just shram. And she's like, she's like, it feels wet. What is that? Apparently, dog. No, not apparently. This is what happened. The nurse, when checking Chia's dilation, popped her sac. Like her water broke. She popped her water, and I guess this is a normal thing that happened. But the nurse, I guess, because she was a little like oopsie about it, but also didn't want to freak us out, was like, no, it's a little shram. Shram stands for sudden rupture of membrane. So as soon as we told my, Chia's OBGYN, who is a friend of mine, so we're texting her, we're like, shram just happened. What's a shram? She breathes like, wait, your water just broke? Okay, hold on. I'll be right there.
My anxiety is through the roof right now, and I can't handle this shit. I'm gonna pass out. I know for a fact I'll pass out.
I'm going to check David's dilation and we'll be right back. During the prime spring season, you need wholesome, convenient meals to energize you for warmer, more active days and keep you on track reaching your goals. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and tackle everything on your to-do list. For real, they offer delicious, flavor-packed options on the menu each week to fit a variety of lifestyles. I'm talking about keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, protein plus, prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians. Each meal has all of the ingredients you need to feel satisfied all day long while meeting your goals. And if you're looking to mix it up, you can add a protein to select vegan plus veggie meals each week. Now, legit, I use Factor. It is actually delicious. Me and Chia eat it all the time. We don't always have time to cook a fresh meal or get groceries. And look, Factor is quality, my guy. With Factor, you can rest assured you're making a sustainable choice, okay? This May, get Factor and enjoy clean eating without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. No prep, no mess. Head to factormeals.com/dudes50 and use code dudes50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code dudes50 at factormeals.com/dudes50 to get 50% off your first box. Hey guys, guess what? Today's podcast is also brought to you by GoodieBrand.com. Guess what? We have a huge blowout sale going on right now. We're bringing back things just to let them go forever, selling a whole bunch of old pieces, selling some fairly new pieces for huge discounts, okay? The sale goes on until the end of May. It's goodies going out of business, but not really sale. GoodieBrand.com. Check it out. All the fire stuff that has come and gone that you missed out on is up right now for a limited time. GoodieBrand.com. My expression that I confuse with David's is shooting fish in a barrel. Once again, I deeply apologize for...
I don't accept it, and you cannot change as a person, and you're canceled.
I am really sorry.
Okay, and I want you to apologize the way Japanese people did 100 years ago.
Okay. You want to try this burrito?
You got a burrito? I've never had a burrito from Del Taco.
Me neither. I was curious. It looks so good. This is actually a carne asada burrito. And I'm going to just rip it in half, brother. Oh, wow.
That's a really good rip.
It looks so good.
I have never had... I just blew my own mind. I've never had a burrito from Del Taco.
I've only ever had their, like, chicken tacos and...
That's illegal.
Yes.
You need to have a burrito.
Really? You eat burritos from Del Taco or had?
Before she...
I have, yeah, in the past. And then if you can get like a bean burrito with like rice and guacamole.
Hey,
That's not bad.
pretty freaking good.
Hey, there's aguacate in there.
Del Taco, let's go. And if any of my Taco Bell peoples watch this, I apologize because, you know, Taco Bell always like sends me shit and invites me to shit. Or, you know, I love y'all to death, but this shit right here, pretty great.
I just added this sauce onto it. Pretty good.
I like it a lot.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So do you want to be, you said you don't want to be in the room when Mariel's giving
I don't
birth.
think Mariel's going to allow me in the room. I don't think she wants me there.
You think it's going to just make her like subconscious?
I don't think she
Self-conscious?
wants me to see it. Yeah.
Chia like shitted as she was pushing, which happens all the time. And as she was beginning to push, she was like, I'm gonna shit, I know it. And then of course she shitted, as most women do. And then afterwards, when we had the baby, she's like, and I know I shit. It's like all she could think about.
She was screaming because she was shitting. It wasn't from the pain.
Yeah, she's been constipated for a week. He pushed the shit out and the baby comes out. She's like, oh, what was that? What was that last little poop? What was that last little nugget?
When am I going to have the kid? You already did. Oh, I thought I was pooping.
Yeah. Bro, speaking of being exposed to family, so Veda I've been really trying to be really protective of her seeing my penis. I didn't want her to see my penis for the longest time. So whenever like sometimes I'd be holding her and I really had to pee and she would like look over. I'm like, oh no, right? But now it's harder because we got this new baby. So, and she's seen little Q's penis so many times because we're always, we're changing the diaper. And like, she would see Q's penis. She's like, what's that? I'm like, well, baby, that's, so when I was beginning to bathe and change Veda's diaper, like, all right, mama, gotta wash your chocha, gotta wipe your chocha and your butt, right? So she knows what's going on. So like now when I'm about to change her, she'll lay down and she'll be like, clean chocha, clean butt. I'm like, yeah, that's right, clean it up, girl. So she saw Q's little wiener. She said, what's that? I was like, so Q, he pees from his wee wee. Q has a wee wee, and you have your chocha, and it's different, right? And then so like the other day, literally this morning too, I was fucking holding Q, and I'm peeing because I had to pee so bad, and I thought Veda was just in the living room with Chia, but I hear her little fucking pitter patter of her feet. I'm like, God, damn it, she's gonna see my penis. It's probably like the second time, and then she just she goes in and she looks. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's Daddy's wee wee, just like Q. Me and Q have wee wees, and they're different. She just looks and she goes, just pee. I'm like, yeah, just peeing. And I'm like, I was trying. I didn't want her to see it.
You can't help it though.
I know.
One of this girl I used to date. She told me that when she was younger, her younger brother, she remembered crying because she didn't have a penis because her brother had one and she didn't. So she would cry. She's like, I want one too. Like she would like fucking bawl. Because I guess penis envy, I don't know what the fuck that is, but she would be so upset because he has one and she doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Can I share a story with you?
Yes.
So my parents were always pretty open with like explaining things sort of the way you described him. But my dad tells the story that he loves when my sister was like probably around not much older than Veda. She walks into the room as he's getting ready for work, and she points at his penis and says, what's that? And my dad goes, oh, well, that's Daddy's penis. And he like explains it in like the simplest terms that a little kid can understand.
Yeah.
And then later he's getting dressed and he's putting on his pants and putting on his belt. And she says, why are you doing that? And he says, oh, I'm just putting on the belt so my pants stay up. And she goes, so that old penis doesn't fall out, right?
Oh my gosh.
That old penis.
That old penis. I can't. It's just gonna be so weird when, Veda can actually talk and like she happens to like see something like that. Right?
I have a memory of when I was a kid, and like you're bathing. You bathe with your mom and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I just remember one time I was bathing with my mom, and my mom was wearing like a bathing suit instead, but she wasn't naked. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, as a kid, it was weird to me. I was like, why is she in her bathing suit?
Yeah, why do you have clothes? Yeah.
Why do you have clothes on? You're fucking showering. Like, the hell? Take that shit off. But then I think my mom just saw me getting older and like, oh, he's getting older now. She doesn't want me to see her like that. But as a kid, you're like 3 or 4 years old, or something like that, and you're still not computing this.
Yeah.
It's just when you shower, you don't have clothes on. What the hell is this?
She'll see Chia pumping her breasts. And, at first she was like, what's that? But now she kind of put 2 and 2 together because, like, she sees the milk. And, we call boobies chichis. So when she pointed, she's like, Mommy's chichi milk. Mommy's chichi milk.
So what am I? Have some.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, we've been giving her a little bit.
Here, you have a little bit.
So Chia now, like a bartender, she pours out some for all of us. Some for me, some for Veda, some for our neighbors. A little chichi milk for everybody. A little Chia chichi milk.
You said you tried chichi milk, right?
Yeah.
What does it taste like?
Delicious. It's I think the best way I can describe it when it's like freshly squeezed is
Dog.
is like
You ain't gotta talk about it like it's oranges, dude.
because when it's frozen for a while is when it gets a little strange aftertaste. But that fresh chichi milk kind of tastes like if you could imagine milk with kind of a melony flavor, like a honeydew milk.
The first time you ever had it was Chia?
Yeah. Yeah, like a honeydew milk.
Would Chia ever get mad if she's like, before you guys had a kid and a lady was like, you want to try?
Yes, I will tell you, she almost did get mad at me one time because I was on set filming a YouTube Red show. And it was me and a few other YouTubers, and there's this YouTuber named Colleen, okay? And she was also known as Miranda Sings. And she had just had...
Oh, Miranda, she had a Netflix show and everything.
Yeah. So she had a baby. The baby was with her on set, this little boy. And she had, you know, her pumping shit and her breast milk. And she said to a couple of us, she's like, "You guys want to try?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was so hyped to try some breast milk. And I texted Chia because Chia's a huge fan of Miranda Sings and Colleen. And I was like, "Yo," we're about to try Colleen's breast milk. And she was like, no. She's like, "No, don't do that." I was like, "Wait, for real?" She's like, "Yeah, what?" She's like, "What the fuck?" I was like, oh.
What a weird, hard line to, like, that's a very weird line to be like, are you out of your fucking mind?
I mean, I thought,
Why don't you go ahead and just fuck her already?
I really thought she'd be cool with it.
I was like, "Hey, Chia, can I do this music video where I'm laying on a fat ass?" Yeah, why don't you even ask me a stupid question? Just do it.
Well, you know, I could see the difference. I mean, one is art, first of all. Just laying on a butt, a beautiful butt. Two is...
It's probably also because she likes her a lot.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it's like, I guess there is kind of a difference. I'm consuming another woman's, like, bodily fluid. It's kind of like I guess there's a difference between me laying on a butt and ingesting another woman's products.
I just see it as, like, food. You know?
I mean...
I'm like, it's like if I went to, like, Thailand and they're like, "Try this." I'm like, I want to try this.
Yeah, for me, in my head at the time, I was like, "What?" It's just
food.
It's just milk. It's just milk. I'm trying some weird milk, you know? But, you know, I get it. She didn't want me to, so I didn't. Yeah.
That's interesting. I could see that. I guess, like, how I was viewing it was just like, it's just fucking milk. Like, who the fuck cares?
What do you think? Would Mariel be mad at you trying someone else's breast milk?
100%. 100%. That lady doesn't like me fucking doing anything. At all. The weird thing is like the women that Mariel don't like that have been around me are also the women that I don't like around me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it kind of always worked out, right? So for example, there was a friend of ours who she's always like extremely like touchy-feely, right? That's with everybody. But I don't really like her. You know, she was more of my friend's wife. You know what I mean? And this is before they got married. I was friends with her before and everything else, but I've never really liked her that much because she was always obnoxious to me. But they got married, so now by extension, she is now my friend, right? But her perception of like how people view her is that everybody loves her. So literally the first time that Mariel ever met her, I come in and she is like, she sees me, she goes, "Dave," I haven't seen her in a while because I was avoiding her because she annoys me. But she comes up and she just literally jumps on me.
Oh, Lord.
Arms, legs wrapped around my whole body. And I'm literally like this.
No.
And this is Mariel, who I've only been dating for like 8 months at the time.
Oh, dear.
And then I was like, "Hey, what's up? Cool." And then she just got out. She goes, "Oh, like her husband's like, we're waiting inside. Like, we're going to go eat. Like, oh my God, it's great meeting you." She said hi or whatever. I always wanted to meet. She goes inside. And then Mariel just goes, "Touch my man." That's all she said. I've never heard her say that at that point. She goes, "Just touch my man." I was like, oh, she doesn't like her.
Wow.
Right? But other girls have hugged me a lot because I have probably more girlfriends than I do have guy friends.
Yeah.
And so, we hug, whatever, kisses on cheek, whatever. But that one, she did not. Her fucking spidey senses went all the way up.
Yeah.
I'm
Same with Chia. When there's a girl that she has a funny feeling about, it'll be like not even a lot of shit. Mind you, like you said, she's cool with me laying on a big old butt for a music video, but there's been times in the past where she'll see a picture of somebody, she'll be like, "You know that one girl? She always makes a habit of getting really close to you in pictures. I don't like that."
They got this like weird spidey sense thing. But the weird thing was I told her, it was like, I don't like her. Like not even in that type of sense. As a person, I don't like her. And then she started noticing how much I navigate around her. And it was like, oh, then maybe that's what she picked up on. Like, because when you see a friend, if I usually see them, I'm hugging them. I was like literally like this. Like this is uncomfortable. Let go of me right now.
Yeah, but Mariel was like, "But why are your pants down, Dave?"
Yeah, and why is your dick hard?
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah,
because you're about to get into a cat fight, and I fucking love it. I'm hard.
Yeah, you're comforting her. You're like, "I hate that bitch," and she's like, "You are so erect." You've never been this erect before.
Yeah, go fuck her up right now, please, and do it naked.
Ooh, did that turn you on a little bit when she was like touching my man?
Huh? No, I was scared. It actually kind of scared me because I've never seen her do that before at all. Like she usually doesn't care about other women at all. Right. Because me, El Faithful, El Capitan Faithful, dude, always have been.
As you should be. Me, it took me a while. No, I'm just playing. Imagine.
I literally stopped dating a girl because she had so much like baggage of men just like stepping out on her, which I'm pretty sure in the beginning times, you know, it was completely unwarranted. I'm not saying that it's warranted later on, but she already makes you feel like you already cheated on her when nothing has happened. And I was just like, dude, like we've only been dating for like a couple of weeks and you're already giving side eye like, hey, who's this? Who's that? I'm like, how the fuck are we at this point already?
Yeah.
We literally just started dating. She goes, well, so many guys have stepped out on me. I said, well, maybe you should go to therapy first, figure that shit out before you start doing this other stuff.
That's tough.
It was rough. I was like, dog, I didn't do anything. That's me?
Maybe it's because you're fuckboy energy.
No, I definitely don't have that. I have like, you're lucky to even be around me energy.
Well, maybe you didn't before, but Skinny David with his fade and his beautiful skin.
Not right now.
Fuck boy energy.
Let me tell you something. When the six pack comes, fuckboy energy is gonna be on 10,000, dude. Sunglasses all the time, licking my lips unnecessarily. What's up, mama?
I always whenever I'm doing set like makeup when I'm like there for a shoot. And I already, I bring my own little Vaseline to like moisten up my mouth. But then when the makeup lady is like, do you want some like extra lip stuff? I'm like, yes, I will take it because I lick my lips a lot when I'm nervous to try and look cute on camera. So yes.
Please.
Yes, bring it on. Bring it on. It's like a nervous tick. I just keep licking my lips.
One day, if I'm reincarnated, if reincarnation is real.
You want to come back as my chapstick?
Okay. I'm fucking disgusting. No, that's not what I was going to say. I want to be reincarnated as somebody who's very good looking with no talent. I want to know what that feels like to be so fucking good looking that even when you're the most untalented human being, people still think you're talented. Like, what the fuck does that feel like?
I couldn't tell you. Normally I would make a joke about being super attractive or something, but I'm having a real conversation right now. And I can't imagine that level of pretty privilege.
Yeah, I want to know what that fucking feels like.
Yeah,
because it's from an outside perspective, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it's fucking like when I see an Instagram photo of a girl or a guy just doing the most regular shit. But if you replace that with somebody who just looked average, they would probably get made fun of. Like, oh, you're so thirsty. What are you doing? You're fucking corny as fuck.
But you know what happens to a lot of people who I've known through the social media era? That like a lot of girls who, they're followed because they're attractive, right? They're making money because they're attractive.
Which, by the way, is not their fault.
Hey, do your thing. They're milking it as they should. God bless them with looks and they should use it to get that paper, right? But what ends up happening is they start to feel very like, I'm more than this, right? And sometimes they're not. and then you have these like random beautiful people, men and women, who are like,
I know what you're talking about.
Follow my artist page. And it's like fucking doodles of dogs and trees and shit. Oh. And it's like, nobody wants to see this. Nobody cares.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. We always say like this because you never developed it. You know what I mean? Like those skills take time to develop. And much like other things in your life that were just given to you, you expect this part to be just given to you too.
Yeah.
And it's just not like that. You know what I mean? Like art in general is very subjective, but that shit takes time. Yeah. Sometimes it takes pain, a lot of hard work and effort, a lot of thought. Like you kind of like dedicate your whole life to this stuff, right? There was a specific girl on Vine that was selling her artwork. And I won't say it because this is not my podcast, but I'll say it on mine later. Dog, this bitch just took tape and started spray painting stuff and sold that shit for like a ridiculous amount of money. And I laughed so fucking hard, only because she was posting it like, can you believe I did this amazing artwork? And there are people writing like, dude, how did you even do this? How did you, she just showed you.
Here's what's fucked up too, is that especially with the hot girls, right? They'll never stop because regardless of how fucking mundane their like doodle of a Labrador is or their doodle of a poodle is, there's gonna be those dudes who love them so much that are like, fire.
Wow.
Whoa, how long did this take? Whoa, how long did you go to art school? Can you draw me something that I can hang on my wall?
Dog, and there's like the guy equivalent of that, the guy who was like the fitness gym dude, who's super buff and good looking, which by the way, being buff is hard work too. Like that's your craft.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But this motherfucker's like, the trees! Then this random reel of them doing spoken word in a forest.
That's
like,
facts. It's
like-
always like poetry
Yeah.
or fucking, what do hot guys always revert to? Or all of a sudden they're motivational speakers? Oh, yuck.
the fucking. My favorite thing is like them in the gym and they're just like jogging and it's like my buddy Pat said this is like there's always a guy jogging in the gym and then he's talking and there's Spartans get ready for war. It's like you're jogging in an air conditioned gym, like fucking chill. Hilarious.
Gain detergent.
Wash me of my sins.
Ooh, repent. Father, forgive them, for they have sinned.
City Las Vegas, sell my ass and titties for some petty cash.
Ooh, petty, Tom Petty, free falling, Alicia Keys to my heart. Open it. Let the blood flow like I'm on my period.
With a capital T, capitalism, money corrupts my heart and my soul. What's inside me? That's my spirit airplane. Discount.
Spirit, airplane, airlines, hairlines.
Whoa.
Receding.
Whoa.
Seed tings planted for growth. Look at the garden.
Whoa.
Arden Cho.
Terrible Netflix show.
Don't be mean. Don't be mean.
Already canceled. Doesn't matter.
That's not nice. That's not nice. Hi, Arden. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching another episode of the Dudes Behind the Foods podcast. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
And I'm David So.
Bye.
Yo, it's the dudes behind the food.